Right now at 5, authorities make an arrest following a police standoff in a Joplin neighborhood.
And we've made that forecast. We've checked it twice. Is it going to be naughty or nice? We'll take a look coming up.
Plus, area law enforcement has some advice for post-holiday trash disposal.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5 a.m. I'm Elise Noe.
I'm Chris Warner. It is now Christmas Eve morning.
It is.
Ahead of Christmas Eve day. We have made it. We have just over a week until 2025.
Exciting.
Oh boy.
Christmas Eve.
Here it is. Yeah. So hopefully you're ready.
Yes.
Because you're just about out of time.
Yeah, you're just about out of time. Our stores, don't they close probably a little bit earlier?
A lot of them are
today?
going to close early tonight. So, a lot of the ones where you're probably going to be buying those last minute food items and gift items, probably going to be closing early. So just make sure you got everything you need, but be careful because the roads are wet.
They are.
We got some rain out there this morning. Let's take a look first outside though with a camera in downtown Pittsburgh. You can see I wasn't lying. Those roads are wet. There's water on them because we've had those rain showers through the night, overnight. Same down in Joplin. Now, it was raining when I left Joplin. It's still raining now. But the roads, again, wet. They are a bit slick, so you got to watch out there. Slow down, okay? Give yourself time to get where you're going. Skywatch Storm Tracker, there's those showers. We have heavier rain down to our south across northwestern Arkansas. We've got additional showers trying to build up into parts of northeastern Oklahoma and far southern Kansas out here. And we have additional showers that are off to the south and west, but those are looking more likely to stay a little further south. But we still are expecting rain through the morning. But as we head into the afternoon, it will begin to come to an end from west to east, and by late this evening, the rain should wrap up, and some of us, especially our far western counties, may get a little bit of sunshine out there, a little bit of clear skies, before clouds will retreat back off to the north and west and leave us cloudy for our overnight tonight. We're sitting at 49 in Joplin, 46 in Pittsburgh, so keep in mind we were originally looking at lows back in the low to mid 40s, but we also got a little warmer yesterday than what was expected, so not all of us will cool back nearly as far. Temperatures across the region, they look like this. It is cool up north. We got low 40s, but the majority of us are into the upper 40s, and like yesterday too, Miami, the warm spot at 50 degrees. As we head into the afternoon, again, temperatures today right about 50, so some upper 40s, maybe some low 50s here and there. Rain showers, a little more widespread through the morning and through the afternoon. They will gradually begin to wind down. Mostly cloudy skies into the evening, and then later this evening and overnight, the clouds will thicken back up. Could even see some patchy fog out there, but at least for Christmas Eve tonight, we're looking to be dry. We're going to have a look at your travel forecast for today and, of course, your Christmas Day forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, authorities have a suspect in custody after a standoff yesterday in Joplin. Joplin police were working off of information that a wanted person was inside a home in the Fairview neighborhood. Around 2 yesterday afternoon, they surrounded the home and asked neighbors to stay indoors. About an hour later, SWAT arrived and started calling for a suspect to come outside. Authorities say they deployed a robot, and KOAM's Shannon Becker saw a drone above the home. After gas was deployed into the home, a woman came out of the house late yesterday afternoon. Then yesterday evening, authorities continued to use gas until a suspect came out. Now, police say his name is Timothy Adams, and he was wanted on felony warrants in Barton and Jasper County, and also felony probation and parole warrant. A single vehicle crash claims the life of a Pittsburgh high school senior. Now, the crash happened yesterday evening on South Rouse near Adams Street. Now, according to the Pittsburgh Fire Department, the vehicle driven by 17-year-old Nathan Brown was traveling north when it left the roadway and struck a tree, catching on fire. The fire crews were first on the scene and confirmed that Nathan was entrapped in the vehicle and began putting out the fire. After the fire was extinguished, the victim was confirmed deceased at the scene. The fire department, police, Crawford County EMS, and Kansas Highway Patrol responded. There were no other occupants with Nathan, and it is unknown why he left the road. USD 250 Monday night sent a news release to families and staff following the crash, saying, quote, "It is with heavy hearts that we share the passing of Nathan Brown, a senior at PHS. Nathan was involved in a fatal car accident on the evening of December 23rd, 2024. Nathan was a vital piece of our school community, and we know this loss will raise many emotions, concerns, and questions for our entire district, especially our students. Additional counseling and support will be available to our students and staff upon their return to school on January 6th, end quote. Well, to be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, you can download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. Well, Bourbon County Commissioners last night approved some plans relating to the new Freeman Health System location in Fort Scott. The location will open by June 1st. The county plans to donate some medical equipment to the hospital, such as scales, ultrasound systems, incubators, x-ray systems, and more. The ER location in an acute care hospital will be inside the Old Mercy building. Well, law enforcement in Southwest Missouri wants to remind people to be careful when throwing out your boxes and trash after unwrapping your Christmas presents. They say it's best to break down those boxes and put them in opaque trash bags or inside the bin. Now, they warn one man's trash could be a would-be robber's treasure.
Your trash fills up with all the wrapping, boxes, stuff like that, so you leave the big boxes outside your trash can. Want to discourage that a little bit so the criminals don't know exactly what new items are in your house. You're basically advertising you just got a brand new 70-inch TV if you're leaving the box out on the curb.
Also consider taking your boxes to a local recycling center, and if someone is going through your trash, you can call 911. Officers will investigate if the person is doing more than collecting items, causing a disturbance, or tossing trash in the street or yard. With the holiday season comes family traditions, many of which may involve candy. According to the National Confectioners Association, more than 90% of Americans will celebrate the holidays with chocolate and candy. Now, for many families, candy at Christmas is more about tradition than what's going into stockings. Now, from candy canes to chocolate, Spencer's Sweet Call in Webb City is just one store trying to make the holiday season extra sweet.
There's a certain look that people get in their eyes when they have something that they really like. Their eyes light up, and that's what makes it all worthwhile.
According to the National Confectioners Association, consumers are expected to spend more than $7 billion on sweet treats this holiday season. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes coming up on the KOAM Morning News. We'll revisit this year's pigskin predictions and explain which ones were right and those that were wrong. Plus, Rome's most iconic Trevi Fountain reopens after undergoing maintenance work. And rain chances continue. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Football season has come and gone in the 4 states. Every summer, we release our KOAM Pigskin Preview, and every winter, we revisit the predictions we made in the Pigskin Preview. Some of them were right, and of course, some were wrong. Without any further ado, though, let's see where we knew it and where we blew it. We're going to start with one that we got right. That's the Miami War Dogs. We said they'd go 8-3, and that's exactly what the War Dogs did. That included a 3-point win on the road over their rival Grove, and an 8-3 season was good enough for the War Dogs to earn their first home playoff game in 2 decades. Miami went 6-1 in district play. Its only loss was to Wagner, who went undefeated in the regular season. Now, where we blew it, look no further than Frontenac, who we thought would go 5-3. But the Raiders blew our prediction out of the water under the direction of head coach Leon Miller, who began his second stint as head coach for Frontenac. The Raiders were a perfect 8-0 in the regular season, and that, of course, includes going undefeated in CNC play. Their season came to a close at regionals. Over to Missouri, where we knew it, the Carthage Tigers. We thought they'd go 8-1, and that was dead on. The Tigers lost just one game in the regular season. That was against eventual 6A state runner-up Nixa, led by a very strong senior class. The Tigers did not lose a single road game all year, including the playoffs. They had 4 members of their team receive all-state honors. Now, staying in Missouri, where we blew it, the Sarcoxy Bears. We thought they'd get just 2 wins, but the Bears reached that win total 2 weeks into the season. Not quite sure how we got this one so wrong, and you won't hear any excuses from us on this one. Just dropped the ball here. Sarcoxy went on to finish the regular season with 5 wins, then won a first-round playoff game as well. Back to where we knew it, we thought Humboldt would go undefeated, and it did. Cubs went 7-1 in 2023 and stepped things up a notch this year with a perfect 8-0 regular season record. Nobody came within 10 points of the Cubs all year, and their offense scored 40 points or more in 7 of those 8 regular season games. Cubs went on to win a regional championship for the 3rd year in a row. Now we're going to stay in Kansas. We blew it with the Columbus Titans. They were one of the most fun teams to watch in the area. Columbus played a hard-nosed, smash-mouth brand of football. We predicted them to go 3-5 in the regular season, but even while facing very tough CNC competition, Columbus finished with a 6-2 record and won a first-round playoff game as well. Our last prediction we hit head-on is the Pittsburg State Gorillas. In year 1, under the direction of head coach Tom Anthony, we expected PSU to go 8-2, and that's exactly what the Gorillas did in the regular season. Things didn't end the way that Pitt State was hoping with that first-round playoff loss to Harding. However, the Gorillas beat Ferris State 19-3 back in August. They were the only team to beat the Bulldogs all year, and they just won the national championship by 35 points on Saturday. And our final prediction that we got very wrong belongs to Labette County. Entering this year, Labette County had finished with a losing record for 5 consecutive seasons. We thought it'd be more of the same in 2024 and predicted a 2-6 record, but the Grizzlies proved us wrong. They went 4-4 in the regular season and won a first-round playoff game before falling to eventual state runner-up Bishop Mage. Well, still to come, the FDA has approved a generic GLP-1 drug for people with type 2 diabetes. Plus, Christmas tomorrow. What's it looking like? We've got some answers for you when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It is now 5:17 on this Christmas Eve morning, and we're starting with the Skywatch Storm Tracker. As you can see, we've got some rain showers out there and some heavier rain across parts of northwestern Arkansas. So Joplin, Carthage, Mount Vernon, Monette, Cassville, Pineville, Anderson, you're getting in on the rain. Neosho, it looks like you've got just a little opening, but more rain is on the way. Tracking over to southeast Kansas, back towards Sedan, a few showers to your south and west with more rain off to your east along 166, 160, so just southeast of Independence into Coffeyville, Oswego, south of Parsons, and getting ready to roll back into Columbus. Back into northeastern Oklahoma, Miami, you're in a little bit of a donut right now as well, but you've got more rain off to your west, and you've got more rain down to the south. Grove J getting in on some heavier rain back through Delaware County, and it tracks back through Veneta, Nowata, and Bartlesville. All of this activity lifting east-northeast, and you can see plenty of cloud cover to go along with it. And there are a few additional showers across parts of Oklahoma, but this, as you can see, this activity is almost rolling due east along I-40, so what we're going to see is just a few additional showers as we go through the first half of our day before they begin to clear out. And here's what that looks like on the future track by noon. Some scattered showers still out there, but again, they're going to be winding down the further into the afternoon we get from west to east across the area. Now, depending on how quickly things wind down, some of our far northwestern counties, say Yates Center, Fredonia, Chanute, could even get a little bit of sunshine sunshine in there, but as you see overnight, the clouds retreat back northwest. It will be cloudy overnight. We'll fall back into the upper 30s and low 40s as we head into Christmas morning. Now, we're expected to be dry tonight. However, patchy fog will be possible as we start Christmas Day and go into the night hours tonight. So Rudolph is definitely going to have to help Santa find his way through some of that dense fog we could see. And you need to be cautious as you head out tonight or early tomorrow morning. Now, Christmas Day, a stray sprinkle is possible here or there, but otherwise we're looking to be cloudy. Then we go into Thursday, and rain chances will begin to return to our forecast ahead of more rain, at least by Friday, and then even bigger changes next week, which we'll cover in just a moment. 49 in Joplin right now. Winds much better. Northeast at 3. Getting some rain showers. You can see the rain falling from our camera here at 7th and Range Line. Temperatures across the area up north a little cooler. We've got low 40s, but the bulk of the area is into the upper 40s, and similar to yesterday, in fact, identical to yesterday, Miami, the warm spot sitting at 50. Through the morning, scattered showers like yesterday, though. Temperatures just kind of hovering in the upper 40s. Looking at highs to maybe reach about 50. So be either side of that for a number of us as well. Some upper 40s, maybe some low 50s here and there. Light northeast breeze and rain coming to a close. Mostly cloudy skies, and then clouds thicken back up. Maybe some of that patchy fog back down into low to mid 40s tonight, with a northeast breeze at 5 to 10 miles an hour. If you are traveling, here's a look. It is considerably colder up to our north, 25 in International Falls, but it is dry. Rain showers on the west coast, thunderstorms to our south, and we've got some snowfall into the New England states out there. Now, if you're traveling locally, cold in Kansas City and Omaha, 30s and 40s. Rain on the I-44 corridor stretching back toward Oklahoma City, but temperatures not too bad, and a pretty pleasant day out in Wichita. For Christmas, low 50s, maybe some upper 40s, cloudy skies as we go through the day, and again, maybe a stray sprinkle or two, but otherwise, we should be dry. Going into Thursday, the rain returns, warmer air returns, a great weekend ahead of us. More rain Monday with that cold front, and as we head into 2025, yeah, as is tradition around here, it's January, we could be looking at some wintry precipitation a week from this Thursday. That's a quick check of your forecast. We're back with Health Watch right after this.
Well, topping Health Watch this morning, there's a new generic treatment option for people with type 2 diabetes. On Monday, the FDA approved a generic version of the daily injectable GLP-1 medicine, liraglutide. Now, that medicine is sold under the brand name Victoza for diabetes. Now, the company sells the generic version, has not disclosed a planned price, only saying that it will cost less than the branded version. Now, before discounts or insurance, the branded drug cost up to $815 per package. Now, liraglutide is an earlier iteration in the same class as semaglutide, which is the active ingredient in Ozempic. Now, the FDA says there has been a shortage of liraglutide in the U.S. since July 2023. Well, coffee could jumpstart your morning and your brain function for some people suffering with a common heart disorder. Researchers studied over 2,400 people over a 3-year period, discovered that patients with atrial fibrillation, a common heart rhythm disorder that affects more than 5 million people in the U.S. who drank more than 5 cups of coffee a day, performed better on cognitive tests than those who drank no coffee. Now, the brains of heavy coffee drinkers were nearly 7 years younger, and inflammation also appeared to be lower. Researchers are still working to learn why coffee could help brain health. Well, from the holiday get-togethers to getting those presents wrapped, there's a lot to do this week. And while this time of year can bring joy, it can also create tension. Mandy Gaither has ways to handle holiday stress.
If the most wonderful time of the year is feeling a bit overwhelming, you're not alone.
There are school breaks and holidays, but then there's also the expectations that we put on ourselves, that things have to look a certain way or we should feel a certain way.
Licensed therapist Jody Baumstein with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta says handling holiday stress starts with acknowledging it. She says we're often not aware of how we feel and we can't do anything about it until we recognize it. Then address the stress by giving yourself permission to do things differently. especially if certain holiday traditions are exhausting. And be realistic. Before adding to your to-do list, make sure you can get those things done. She says to also allow yourself to say no.
It can be as simple as, thank you so much for the invite. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to make it this year. And leave it at that.
If some of your stress involves being around certain family members, Baumstein says to set boundaries. Let them know in advance that controversial topics are off limits and have a plan on how to take a break if you need one. Finally, practice gratitude.
It's not the absence of hard things. It's actually the recognition and appreciation of what's good, even in the midst of pain or suffering or struggle.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Now, the therapist says many times we rush through the holidays without taking the time to really enjoy them. She says grounding yourself in the moment, appreciating the sounds, smells, and feelings this time of year can help you to stop thinking about your to-do list. And that's a look at some of today's top health stories. You're watching the KOAM Morning News.
And we've still got some scattered showers out there to start our day. We'll tell you how long they're going to stick around when we come back.
Right now at 5:30, we'll hear what some four-staters think about the idea of Christmas regifting.
And Mother Nature regifting us some rain and some cloud cover. We'll talk about that in the... I ended it. We'll talk about that in the forecast to get you out the door coming up.
Plus, some area libraries celebrate the holiday season with some family fun activities.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News.
Oh, gosh.
It's 5:30.
Oh,
I'm Elise Noe.
It's not 5:30 enough, is it?
No, it's not.
I say my funny thing, and then all of a sudden, it was just so hilarious to you that you fumbled everything you had.
I guess so. Oh, you're so predictable, Chris.
Oh, yeah, I'm a barrel of laughs. Yeah, coffee story we ran in Health Watch.
Right.
Taking 7 years off the brain age, I think that explains why I am the way I am, because I consume a lot of coffee. So I'm
what, are you like negative 7 years?
I might be. I'm definitely not my age, which is all right.
Yeah.
But it's Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. It's Christmas
Yes,
Eve. Indeed
it
it is.
is.
Exciting.
Oh, tell me about it. And we've got some rain showers we got to get through today. And then Rudolph's going to have to navigate through some fog overnight. But first, some of you maybe have some last minute shopping.
Yes.
Maybe you have to work today.
Right.
We got to get you out the door. Let's start with a look outside. No reindeer, no Santa, not yet. We're still a ways away from him arriving, but you can see the rain. And because there's rain, we can assure you that the skies are cloudy overhead. How's our camera in downtown Pittsburgh? This is the MoDOT camera at 20th and Range Line in Joplin, looking back to the east. And the roads are wet, and the rain continues to fall. And here it is on the Skywatch Storm Tracker. Just scattered showers, heavier rain to our south along I-40, and it's stretching up into parts of northern and northwestern and north central Arkansas out there. No thunderstorm activity, some rumbles of thunder here and there, but again, nothing really outrageous expected as we go through the morning hours. In fact, as we head into the afternoon, rain will begin to come to a close from west to east across the area, which will also allow maybe Chinook, Fredonia, Yates Center. You could even see a little bit of sunshine briefly today before the clouds late tonight will retreat back to the northwest and bring us cloudy skies overnight. Temperatures 49 in Joplin, 46 in Pittsburgh. A little cooler up to the north. We've got some low 40s along the Highway 54 corridor and points north of that. And then you get south, and everybody except Miami is into the upper 40s. Miami, still the warm spot, just like yesterday, sitting at 50. 50s are about our high for later today. Some upper 40s, maybe some low 50s. And again, the rain showers coming to a close by the afternoon. Mostly cloudy initially in the evening. Clouds increasing overnight, as does the opportunity for some patchy fog. We'll talk more about your Christmas forecast and, of course, your travel forecast for today here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, we'll see you soon. And while Chris tracks your weather, we have a way you can track Santa. Now, the Santa Tracker lets you track St. Nick as he makes his trip across the country. You can also check out the fun and games at the North Pole Village. Just head over to KOAMnewsnow.com/Santa. And if you're stuck with that ugly sweater your favorite aunt gave you this holiday season, don't sweat it. You can always pass it along to someone who will actually love it. Now, according to a recent survey by Bankrate, 33% of Americans admit to regifting something they weren't totally in love with. And get this, 1 in 3 Americans think regifting holiday presents is totally acceptable. We visited North Park Mall in Joplin to find out what shoppers really think about this holiday tradition.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I do it, so.
I do, absolutely. Yep, as long as it's not open and it's still sealed. Yeah.
You have to make a note as to who gave it to you because that could be a problem.
According to this survey, 43% of Americans say they have unused gift cards. However, only 8% have regifted them. Well, yesterday, the Neosho Farmers Market debuted the Christmas Table Market. Now, the event follows the success of last month's Thanksgiving Table Market. And once again, the community could take advantage of an opportunity to get pre-ordered holiday meal dishes such as entrees, sides, desserts, baked goods, and more, as well as shop for last-minute items for the family dinner table.
So like One Tree Farm, they're over by Seneca. They do a fantastic job. They do a fresh lemon curd they make homemade every single week, and they use their fresh eggs from their own farm and fresh lemons. And it's just a thing that you can use on yogurt parfaits we use in our store to just use in our own house on different stuff. And it's amazing what they can do with their fresh ingredients.
Shoppers could also enjoy a variety of market favorite ready-to-eat and drink items while they shopped. Well, the Nevada Public Library also got in on the spirit of the holiday yesterday as visitors took the library took part in a family fun day, a mini workshop designed to create handmade crafts, and kids, teens, and families were invited.
We invited families to join us for a holiday crafts and snacks event. We do this every year in hopes that families will find one of the days out from the school year break to just stop by the library, have some fun crafts and some snacks. And this year we even invited kids to make crafts that they can gift.
The library says the event provided a fun way for kids to take something home with them. Well, with winter in full swing, the Coffeyville Public Library welcomed local kids to a festive winter break party. Now, the event featured holiday photos, hot cocoa, cookies, and games. Now, this free gathering offered families a chance to celebrate the season with fun activities close to home. And it wasn't just the kids having a good time. Library staff enjoyed the festivities too.
It is free. We don't charge for most of our events. That way, kids with less resources than others have the full opportunity to be able to experience events like this without having to worry about anything else.
The library says they try to provide free events all year for area children. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Well, 2 Japanese automakers, Nissan and Honda, have announced they plan to merge over the next 6 months. Plus, officials are reporting progress in ceasefire talks with Israel and Hamas. We'll have the latest. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. Well, topping World Watch. A world landmark known for its sculptural beauty and for a good luck toss of pocket change reopens in Rome. The famed Trevi Fountain, considered a worldwide celebrated landmark, reopened in Rome to the public Sunday in time for the upcoming Jubilee year celebration. Now, the fountain had to be restored because of deterioration caused by its closeness to high traffic areas. There was also buildups of biological deposits and limestone. Now, the restoration cost $341,000 and took about 3 months. The fountain's Baroque style features the Greek god Oceanus guiding a shell-shaped chariot drawn by 2 horses and restrained by 2 tritons. Well, 2 titans of Japanese car making are set to join with aims to become one of the world's top auto manufacturers. Now, Honda and Nissan have confirmed they're working on plans toward a merger. The two companies said on Monday they've signed a memorandum of understanding for the merger. Also, Nissan Alliance membership Mitsubishi Motors will join the talks of a new partnership. Now, the merger would create the world's third largest automaker, and Honda would initially lead the new management. Now, the news comes as Japanese manufacturers have struggled to keep pace in making electric cars. The new alliance could catch them up to Toyota and Volkswagen AG and create a single entity worth $50 billion based on market capitalization. Israeli authorities are reporting progress in ceasefire talks with Hamas terrorists. Palestinian medics say Israeli airstrikes on the Gaza Strip have killed at least 20 people. Now, one of the strikes hit a tent camp in an Israel-declared humanitarian zone. The Israeli military says it only strikes militants, accusing them of hiding among civilians. Trey Yanks is in Tel Aviv with the latest.
It's been 444 days since the October 7th massacre, with dozens of Israeli hostages believed to be alive and still held inside Gaza. Israel's prime minister says efforts are ongoing to bring them home.
There is progress. I don't know how long it will take. We will continue to act in every way without respite until we return everyone home from the enemy land.
An Israeli negotiating team spent the weekend in Doha, Qatar, hammering out the details of an agreement with Hamas that will also reportedly end up releasing dozens of Palestinian prisoners. With diplomatic efforts ongoing, Israel continues to put pressure on Hamas inside Gaza, conducting fresh airstrikes at a number of locations along the Strip. Multiple civilians were killed in those bombings, prompting residents to ask who was being targeted in the latest aerial campaign.
This is Netanyahu, who claims they are fighting the resistance. They were all martyrs, all from the people. None were part of the resistance. I challenge Netanyahu to find even one member of the resistance among those killed today.
With the southern front still active, Israel is assessing their territorial gains along the northern front with Lebanon and displaying new weapons recovered from the Iran-backed group Hezbollah, equipment the Israelis say was mostly smuggled through Syria when the Assad regime was in control.
What we found in southern Lebanon is a range going all the way down from a helmet to the most advanced missiles. They've had it all ready to carry out an attack that's an all-out attack. It includes firepower from rockets and missiles, and it includes gear to storm the border with it.
Israel's defense minister Israel Katz warned Hezbollah that any violations of the current ceasefire would be met with a crushing response.
And that's a look at World Watch. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. We are just a few seconds away from 5:46 on this Christmas Eve morning. We are starting with the Skywatch Storm Tracker because we have some showers out there in the southern half of our area. Nothing too crazy. Heavier rain really confined across northwestern Arkansas, but getting back into Delaware County out there. We're going to start in southwest Missouri. Joplin, you had a bit of a shower break, but more on the way. Rolling in from Galena, Baxter Springs, Columbus. Carthage, also the same, but you'll get more showers here in a moment. Neosho, it's starting to push back in. Pineville, Cassville, Monette, Mount Vernon, rain out there. And it is much needed rain. However, it has left the road somewhat slick, so do slow down. Be careful as you're heading out this morning. Back to Chautauqua County. Again, a few stray showers in the southwestern portion of the county. Rain southeast of Independence toward Coffeyville, Oswego. Some showers around Parsons, Columbus out there. Again, slick spots are the main concern. Just the roads a little bit on the wet side this morning. Heading back into Oklahoma, Miami still in a bit of a rain bubble, but you've got more coming in from your west. Some heavier showers down through Delaware County, so Grove, Jay, back toward Veneta, Nowata, and Bartlesville as well with some of these showers. There's a few heavier showers along the I-40 corridor, so just to our south, but those should stay to our south. As you can see, they're tracking almost east. We'll get a few of these isolated showers to continue lifting east-northeast through the area as the rain begins to come to a close this afternoon and into the evening from west to east. Now, some of our northwestern counties, say around Chinook, Fredonia, Yates Center, could see some clearing skies. May not clear in time for some sunlight, but you'll get some clear skies as the rain comes to an end before the clouds retreat back to the north and west. And we're going to be cloudy overnight tonight into Christmas morning. Bit of a chilly start, upper 30s, low 40s. Cloudy throughout the day on Christmas, maybe a stray sprinkle or two here or there. Then we head into Thursday, early Thursday morning, more rain showers begin to roll into the area, and that'll kind of be the trend for us for Thursday and into our Friday. Quick look at temperatures. It is wet in Joplin, but the rain again has briefly stopped. 49 is where we're at with a light east-northeast breeze at about 3. Cooler up north, the Highway 54 corridor is kind of the cooler zone. We've got low 40s. You get south of that point, upper 40s, and like yesterday, Miami, the warm spot at 50. Through the morning, scattered showers out there, especially in the southern half of our area. Temperatures like yesterday as well, holding steady into the upper 40s. We're looking at highs about 50, so that means we're going to see some upper 40s, some low 50s. And those scattered showers again coming to an end with a nice breeze this time, northeast at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Clouds will thicken back up this evening, back into the low to mid 40s overnight, and some patchy fog will be possible as well, so do keep that in mind. Could see some dense fog out there, northeast winds 5 to 10. Our travel forecast, again, if you're leaving the area, you may already be on your way, hopefully you are, but if you're not, it is cold up north but dry, 20s in International Falls, 30s into the Dakotas. We got rain showers on the west coast from Portland down to San Francisco and Los Angeles. Warm to the south, but some thunderstorms around the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Not bad in New Orleans. Florida, of course, it's near 80 degrees in Miami. And we head up to the New England states, chilly and even some snow out there. Now, if you're traveling locally, the I-44 corridor from St. Louis down to Oklahoma City, rain showers as we go through the first half of this day, and that'll push out to the southeast into Little Rock. Not bad. Wichita, cold. Kansas City, Omaha, 30s and 40s. And again, for our Christmas day, low 50s for highs, maybe some upper 40s, and cloudy skies, maybe a stray sprinkle here or there. We got the rain and warmer weather Thursday, Friday, a pretty nice weekend ahead of us. Cold front Monday, a few showers. We kick off 2025, a bit on the cooler side, and maybe even some wintry weather by next Thursday. Still well far away, but something to keep an eye on. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Well, serving those who serve the country. That's the goal of one nonprofit in North Carolina that is helping junior enlisted military members make it home for the holiday. Over the weekend, 6 Marines boarded flights home after the organization fully paid for their flights. Sydney Schofield has more on the inspiration behind the effort.
I haven't been home in a year. I just want to go home.
For Lance Corporal Aiden Mullins, the military was always in the cards. His father serving for 20 years and 4 siblings all serving too.
My oldest brother was a Marine. He got out a few years ago. And the other 3, my sister and 2 brothers, are in the Army. They're still active.
As his siblings prepared to deploy to Syria, this young Marine knew he had to get home for the holidays this year. And thanks to Miles for Military, he got a free flight home just in time for Christmas to finally see his family again.
They haven't seen me in a long time, so yeah, they're pretty stoked.
Maureen Byrne is behind it all. Her son served in the Marines. When she flew him home for Thanksgiving from Camp Lejeune a few years ago and saw the price of the ticket, she asked him how other young service members were affording the flight home.
He said, "Mom, nobody goes home. The barracks are full. I'm one of a few that get to go home, and only because of you." And so I was thinking about that, and I thought, geez, that's terrible. How can we help these kids? What can we do?
So she started the nonprofit entirely funded by donations that pays for flights home for junior enlisted military members as long as they volunteer 25 hours with a certified 501c3 nonprofit. To earn his flight, Mullins chose to volunteer with the Onslow Veterans Powwow, run by Raquel Painter, who was so grateful for the help, she showed up to the airport Saturday to see Mullins and other Marines off as they boarded their flights.
I served 26 years in the Marine Corps myself, and knowing how important it is to make it home when you're able to. The cost of airline tickets now are outrageous, and being, an E4 or below in the military, sometimes you can't afford that plane ticket home.
Maureen hopes to keep growing the program, giving back to those who lay it all on the line for our freedom.
These kids are amazing. They serve us. It's the least we can do is to send them home, whether it's Christmas, Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, their birthday, a wedding, and any other moments that matter.
Miles for Military is entirely run by donations. Stick around. We'll be right back. Animals at Brookfield Zoo, Chicago open Christmas presents early. Now, these packages with the food inside them, and the zoo says the food is based on each animal's normal nutritional diet, and the gifts are part of an effort to benefit the animal's physical and mental health. Now, those receiving treats include a polar bear, a snow leopard, and a leopard tortoise. Well, Christmas Eve is here, and it's time to hoist a glass of eggnog to celebrate. After all, it is National Eggnog Day. Now, it's a favorite drink around the holidays, and eggnog is traditionally made with milk, cream, sugar, whipped eggs, and spices. But when it's served at parties, many people like to spike it with alcohol, like brandy or rum. And some like to sprinkle some cinnamon, nutmeg, or pumpkin spice on top of a pour of eggnog.
I like to sprinkle it right down the kitchen sink. I'm not a big fan of eggnog.
I'm right there with you.
Okay, all right. Now I know there are folks who are, and I know you're gonna be mad at me. I'm just saying I don't like it. I tried it once and it was not appealing. But if you do enjoy it, we just listed a whole bunch of ways that you can enjoy it, and a good day to enjoy something like that, or maybe some hot chocolate because it's going to be chilly. We're going to hang out in the upper 40s, rain showers through the morning hours, and those will continue but start to taper off from west to east as we head through the afternoon. Highs upper 40s, low 50s, and a northeast breeze around 5 to 10 miles an hour. Cloudy skies this evening and overnight, low 40s, but we will be dry, but we could see some patchy fog as well. Christmas Day, cloudy, maybe a stray sprinkle or two, but otherwise upper 40s, low 50s. More rain Thursday, Friday. Temperatures looking good into the weekend, and maybe a wintry mix as we kick off 2025. We'll be back with more right after this.